Dr. Tori, and this is Dr. Madison, and this is Elizabeth.
Hi.
And today we're going to be talking about Elizabeth's chiropractic experience. So Elizabeth's story is so unique and really so powerful. And so Elizabeth, let's start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So where was your health at when you first came in day one to the office?
Yeah, so it kind of, I feel like goes back, honestly, like my whole life. I've been under a lot of stress. I've never really learned how to manage it very well. So I think I've kind of always needed chiropractic, but we didn't know that. And so like 2025 summer, I got really sick with strep and ended up in the hospital for 6 weeks. And so my gut and my brain were super inflamed. I was feeling awful, and it really in every aspect of my body. And so we found Sun Life, and we came and we met Dr. Tori, and it was amazing. And it felt like I was finally being listened to, because I'd had kind of a bad experience in the medical world with just like everybody was trying, but like no one could really fix me, I guess. And so like coming here was like really good for me, and for I feel like my stress level. It helped me build back up from where I was so down, helped me get back to like a more normal level.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about, so when you did get sick,
Mm-hmm.
and how that was really a catalyst, and how eventually a lot of the symptoms you experienced really came on really suddenly.
Yeah, it was very sudden. Mm-hmm.
And then eventually to a point where you were, at what point do you think you realized I need to seek care?
I mean, that summer was really intense, and we were just like looking for all sorts of different answers, and we had gone down like just the normal pediatrician route, and everybody was just kind of like, I don't know, like let's just hit this from a bunch of different angles. And all those treatment options just kind of like weren't working, I guess. Or if they were, it was like super slow and it wasn't giving me any relief. My mom was like, let's try this. Like, this is just another treatment option. But it became like, and we eventually came one time before I ended up in the hospital. But that like one time, my mom was like, okay, after you get out of the hospital, we got to go back and try this again, because I think this is going to be something that can like become a constant and help you launch your healing path.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah. Kind of in relation to that, so a lot of what you're talking about is your gut health.
Yeah.
So coming here, how has that impacted your journey, and kind of tell us about your gut health and your journey here?
I mean, after I came out of the hospital, I'd been on multiple rounds of antibiotics, and so everything was like dead. Like there was nothing good growing, honestly nothing bad growing either, and so I was kind of back at ground zero. So I think that like coming here has helped me in like more of the mental side. I could not like get anything to grow in my gut, like good or bad, if I was in a constant state of stress and panic. So I think coming like and getting more of like a stable mental head game has like really helped me be able to stay relaxed and stay calm, because like if I'm constantly worried and anxious all the time, my body would just like freeze up, and I couldn't get anywhere from that.
Yeah, and it's so powerful, because really it's the gut-brain connection.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's like what we do in the gut directly impacts the brain,
Mm-hmm.
but then even how we feel, the chronic state of stress, the chronic anxiety directly impacts the gut.
Yes.
And so it's so powerful, because it's we try to isolate different things, and then really in reality you have to look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
So that's another really actually interesting point of your story, because you have done different gut healing protocols with different providers. You have done ozone, some other healing modalities, in addition to staying consistent with chiropractic.
Yes.
How do you feel like chiropractic has complemented the other things that you've been doing in addition?
So, I mean, I think a lot of things. I think that first of all, kind of like I was saying on the mental side, like I have noticed a significant decrease in my anxiety and stress level. I have not been as worried about just everything. I used to be way more scared of storms and like bugs even, and like random things, and now I'm just like, it's chill. And so I think like it has helped my stress level like way down in that way. And so that has complemented my other methods, because like some other treatment methods are like a lot more invasive, a lot scarier, a lot more annoying, like taking a bunch of pills or having to do all the creams and rubs and breathings. And so this has been like something that's easy. It's really helping my body fix itself. which is something that's a lot easier than everybody just trying all at once to fix me. And it's like, y'all have taught me that like my body is going to do the work and y'all are just like helping it. So that's been cool.
No, that's a great answer. And I feel like even from when I first started seeing you, back in, it was September, I think, you've made such a big change. When you first came in, we were not really doing anything outside of school. We were going to school. We were feeling super anxious every day.
Yeah.
And now you're even able to work out all the time. You're about to start cheer. You're starting cheer. You're doing dance. You're doing all the things outside of it. Whereas when I first started seeing you, that wasn't even in the question. We weren't even able to even move past just day to day, right? And now we're talking about big things that you're doing, which is amazing. So kind of in relation to that, when you first started care, how do you feel like you are now versus back then?
I mean, I have like, it is like a different person. Like I feel like I was a different person before I got sick, different person while I was sick, and now I'm like a completely new person in like the best way. Like before I got sick, I feel like I was just surviving. I was living, sure, but I had no like meaning to my life. I was just kind of like existing, and I had a lot of good things going for me, but I wasn't actually like sitting in that and being grateful for different things. And so I was kind of just like living this negativity. And then I think getting sick made me like have a whole new perspective on everything. I was like, all these things aren't for granted, because like I lost dance, I lost cheer, I lost stability, I lost the ability to eat freely. And so I was just like, oh my goodness, like this can all be taken away. And so it gave me this gratitude. And so now looking at where I am now, like there's just this way more optimistic view that I have on literally everything in my life. And so I'm much more grateful. My symptoms have improved a lot. I think what really had me start getting better symptom-wise was just saying I can't stop them. Like there's nothing I can do personally to fix myself. I have to let it come. I have to experience it, I guess. And that has like, my body's been like, oh, okay. And I think you guys helping my nervous system say, okay, it's fine, it's gonna be okay, like you can flow freely, we're gonna fix maybe things that are genetically off, things that have just over time gone worn down. I think that has really helped my body just say like, I am safe, I can be here, I can fix myself, I don't need to be sick anymore.
Well, and that's so powerful, because it really is like when you were experiencing so many things, how much it really did create a significant impact on what you were able to do, and how you were dancing at a high level, you were doing a lot of things, and you felt like you were barely able to even just show up. And I love the like even the anxiety about eating freely, like something that seems so simple until it's taken away from you, and you're really able to say, oh my goodness, and now where you're at. And so really, if you were to talk to somebody who's in the same situation you were in, so say right before you ended up going to the hospital, when you were really searching, seeking, wondering what's going on, if you were to say one thing to a person who's in that same spot, what would you want to tell them?
Like a person that's like in my same spot in that point?
Yeah, if somebody were in your shoes in that spot and on their healing journey, what would you want to tell them?
I mean, I'd probably say the more I search, like it's not gonna get me anywhere, I guess. Like I feel like the medical system has become so like blurry and confusing, because there's so many options, and like it's like 85% of the options are either going to be like not very successful, or they're going to be super invasive and like maybe not worth the risk. And so I feel like I would tell myself, you just have to trust. You have to trust God. You have to trust your body. You have to trust that it's all going, like this is going to eventually work out. Because if I like for so long, probably for like a good year of my journey, I was like, I'm just going to do everything I can to find a diagnosis, to analyze each and every symptom, like panic every time something new comes, count it as a danger, and work on like I'm very goal driven, and so I was like, I'm just going to make sure that I get better. But really what I was doing that entire time was I was not letting my body heal, because I was pumping it with new things. I was like, let's find another treatment option, let's do this and this and this and this and this, and that wasn't actually helping myself get better. I was just stuck in a plateaued on this like really bad path down just like a spiraling, and it was making me mentally like so sick. Like I was just so depressed in like this state of like I don't even know what to do anymore because I've done everything. I would tell myself probably not look for an answer. Just like I probably would have been doing dandy by now if I had just stayed in that spot and just been like, I can't like rush this. It's going to happen eventually.
And I think, you saying not to rush it, because even when you first came in, I feel like you didn't really see the light at the end of the tunnel.
No, yeah.
You didn't feel like it was going to change. You felt like there was no hope. And now, every time I talk to you, we end on a really good conversation. You're hopeful. You know you're doing better. You can see the changes you've made, how much impact it's made on your day-to-day life. Whereas before, I don't feel like you felt like that, to be honest. So I feel like even mentally, you've made such a big transition of, oh, there's nowhere to go. I'm going to be like this for the rest of my life, to now you're like, no, I will not be like this for the rest of my life. I'm going to change. I'm getting better. Things are changing, but it's slow. It's a slow process.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've started to recognize that.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Well, and I love that so much because one of the things that we talk about is you're still on your healing journey.
Yeah.
And you know, it's continuing. Like we talk about pulling back the layers of an onion. It's like you accomplish one thing and, you know, and then the body shows you 10 other things to work on.
Yes.
And the frustration in that, especially when you come in with that mentality of feeling like, oh, I can quote unquote fix it. And then you unlock that next level, and they say like new level, new devil, but like it's you end up on the next level, and you feel that frustration. And I think that it's so real for you to feel that. But now, there's so much more trust in your body, and even in the tools and the resources that you have to say, okay, you know what? Even if something new pops up, I know that I can overcome this.
Yeah.
But even the power in saying, hey, you know what? We were trying so many different things. Because a situation a lot of people end up in is trying so many things, their body actually can't utilize anything.
Yeah, I definitely think that ended up happening to me.
Yeah. It's so powerful, and I'm so glad you were able to share your story and really how far you have come and how far you're continuing to come.
Yes.
And even one last thing about Elizabeth is even now when she comes in, she wants to pursue something in healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really is sometimes the things that we wonder, why did this happen to us? That God knows the full story.
Yep. Yeah.